Hey, welcome to the Maximize Leader Zone with Dr. Linda Travelute. Would you like to know how you can get more done by using the word why? W-H-Y, why? Why? Well, let me share why, okay? Sometimes we feel like when people ask us why, they're pushing back, right? Or they don't want to do what we have asked them to do. When I was a kid, my mom would ask me to do things, and I'd say, well, why? Why, Mom, right? She'd ask me to go to bed at 8:30. I can specifically remembering this one time. It was a school night, and she wanted me to go to bed. It was 8:30, and she said, Linda, it's time to go to bed. It's 8:30. I said, why? Why do I have to go to bed so early? And she would get upset with me sometimes because she felt like I was pushing back on her. She felt like I didn't want to do what she asked me to do, which was probably true in some cases. But you know what? A lot of times, I asked the question why simply because I wanted understanding. I wanted to know the reason behind the directive. And that is why sometimes people will ask us why. So as leaders, we have to remember, when someone asks us why we've asked them to do something or why we want something done a specific way, they're not necessarily pushing back on us. It might be that they really truly want to understand our reasoning, want to understand why, so that they can learn. Sometimes so they can learn best practices. But here's what's cool about it. If you can give them your why, they will begin to think like you do. And then what happens, this is so cool, if they begin to think like you do, they can do things on your behalf in your absence without you because they think and respond like you. That is why is such a beautiful thing. And that is how why can save you a lot of time. And in a sense, it'll help you clone yourself. You know, the reason we don't like to explain why is because we think it's going to take too much time, right? We think we can get things done faster if we just say, hey, this is what I want you to do. Do it now, right? And so we fail to explain why because it takes too long, or even we have to think through how to articulate it, and that takes work, right? So that's one of the reasons why we don't like to explain why. Another reason we don't like to explain why is because we think it should be evident to everybody in the world why we want something done. We think we shouldn't have to unpack it, but we do. And as leaders, we know we need to not just communicate, we need to over-communicate. We need to break it down into the smallest bits of information so that people can understand, right? And so when we give a directive and explain the why, it helps the people think like us, and now they begin to act like us or do things for us on our behalf when we're not there. That's how you get more done when you use the word why, okay? Now, how do you get in the habit of using why? Or how do you get in the habit of explaining why? You can use this word, it's a little longer than why, it's the word because. Because. So here's an example. I've had clients in the past few weeks who have said to their team members, these are executives who have said to their team members, I would like you to contact everyone in our database because then we may hear from them of ways that we can serve them that we're not thinking about, or we might find other ways that we can serve them, okay? So the idea is they're using that word because. They're giving a directive, they're telling their staff what to do, what they'd like them to do, and they're using then the word because, okay? I would like you to roll out this email campaign right now because blah, 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 right? So if you can get into the habit of using the word because, you'll just roll in to your why very naturally. And it becomes a very natural thing to say, please do this because of this. Or you could even say it like this, please send out this letter and here is why. Please get moving on this project and here's why. Okay, you can say a little phrase like that as well. But the word because is a beautiful way to follow up on this, and it's a beautiful way to get into the habit of just sharing what you want done and then say because. All right? Now again, look, if you can begin to explain your why, your people will begin to think like you, And then they'll do things on your behalf because they know how you think. And that is how you can get more done through other people. That is how you can clone yourself and get more done by using the word why. Okay, so there you go. Thank you for joining me in the Maximize Leader Zone. Why? Because I want to add value to you. So come back here and join me, okay? Talk to you soon.